Here are a couple personal stories about how kids can impact our spending. Short talks about being positioned at the bottom of a reference group, and where my wife and I live, we are definitely at the bottom of the local reference group. It's not uncommon to see Ferrari, Lamborghini, a McLaren driving down the road by where we live. So one day I'm at the middle school picking up my daughter, and I hear the very distinctive engine of a Ferrari. It pulls in a couple spaces next to me. It's just a guy picking his kid up from school. So the daughter and her friend comes out, and I go, "Look, girls, Ferrari." And they say, "Yeah, that's that kid's dad, the short blonde kid." And the other girl says, "Yeah, that's who that is." And a few minutes later, the kid comes out, but it's a tall, dark-haired kid. I say, "That kid's tall with dark hair." And without hesitation from the back seat, you hear, "Oh, wrong Ferrari." So that gives you an idea as to where we are in the reference group. I mean, if you need a clearer picture, Camry, Ferrari. Okay. Now, the next story is regarding the boy. We got 3 kids, daughter, son, daughter, all 25 months apart. So when the boy was in middle school, one of the most popular things on the planet were Nike Elite socks. Okay? And those socks were 14, 16 bucks a pair. And seeing these kids going into school, a lot of them have these socks on. My son didn't at first because we're just, grumpy, broke parents. But eventually he wore us down, and he got a couple pairs of those socks for Christmas or his birthday or something. And he wore them for a while until they weren't popular anymore. The socks weren't worn out, but he didn't wear them because they weren't cool. That was a perfect example of how my wife and I fell for it. We wanted him to belong. We didn't want him to stand out for not having those socks. Final story is regarding my youngest daughter. She's a musician, very talented, plays guitar, piano, sings, and she wanted a bass guitar. So the common sense thing to do would be to buy her a beginner bass guitar. But I started thinking about the kids that she hangs around with and some of the people she may be playing music with. And I thought, they're not going to have beginner instruments. I don't want her to feel bad about her beginner's bass. So I did a lot of research on bass guitars, and I play a little bit of guitar, and I know that Fender's a pretty good brand, and Fender has guitars that are made in Japan, older ones, that are made in Mexico, and I think they may even have some made in China, but they also have some that are made in the USA, and those are the ones that carry the prestige. So long story short, what kind of guitar do you think I bought her when the time came? That's right. I bought her a used Fender made in the USA. Why? Because I can hear a difference in the sound? No. Because I didn't want her to stand out as not actually belonging. So, no matter where you are in life, no matter how much common sense you think you have, you are susceptible to what Shore is talking about in the book, especially being positioned at the bottom of that reference group. So, hope that makes a little bit of sense. Bye.